The arcade is a collaborative workspace designed specifically for game developers. It is a home for great independent game development.
Swinburne is engaged in the Student Skills Development Program, which means that our students are coming here, especially in their final year, and engaging directly with the games industry.
The arcade is Australia's first games co-working space. We have over 100 people, over 30 companies, and some of Australia's most exciting game developers.
So the students can come and work in the arcade. We were able to come in here whenever we wanted. We ended up meeting up here pretty regularly, working on Hyperjam, our final year project.
Students to come here, they can see what a real studio is like today in Australia.
The best thing about this place is going from being a student team to being an actual development team.
Coming to the arcade means that they're coming into an industry environment, so they're kind of finding out what the current trends are, how to operate in this environment, and also whether their games work or not.
I mean, we have about 30% of the Victorian industry based in the arcade, and some of the most successful games we've seen in the last few years have been developed here. So it is the ideal place for Swinburne students to be based.
They get to form relationships with experienced developers. They get to work in a professional environment, so they get to actually see what it's like to be out in the world practicing at their craft.
This is an opportunity for students to work with industry in a space that is full of incredibly talented people and understand what it is to work here, what it is to work in the industry, and what it is to work in teams.
One of our biggest success stories of the past few years is Samurai Punk. Samurai Punk are two of our graduates. They started a game studio here in the arcade and they released their first game called Screen Cheat. Been a big hit, it's won multiple awards now.
It's always been like a childhood dream of mine. I grew up as a console gamer, so being able to have our own game on there, up on the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Live Store was just a dream come true. Yeah.
We set up our own company, Harmonious Games. We were a student group from Swinburne, and we're now in the arcade working on our game full time.
I just graduated from Swinburne last year. Currently work for League of Monkeys. I'm working on a mobile game called Talk Burnout. We just hit 5 million downloads, I think, last week. So that's pretty exciting.
And we've had many students who've come into the arcade and worked in the arcade actually get hired by the studios here.
We've got students hired at EA. We've got students here in the arcade. So we've had quite an enormous success in terms of our student outcomes.
And now we're such a competent team, and being able to achieve things that I don't think any of us anticipated has been amazing.